Hi, welcome to Third Eye Thursdays here at Vision Quest Metaphysical Bookstore. I'm Dylan. I work here behind the counter in the office, running around like a mad person. And our reader tonight is Constantina. She's been with us a couple times now. We love having her here. She's a lot of fun.
They always put me in when they can't find anybody else.
We just love her and be like, I love you. Can you do it? No, we just love having her here. She's a lot of fun. And it's different. It's something new for some people. So, well, it's the playing cards. Not many people have worked with those before. So that is a specialty of hers.
Your poker hand will tell you everything about who you are. Yes.
What about your poker face? I like the whole thing together, man. That just sounds terrifying. So, hi, welcome. And we will be doing some, why do I keep saying we? She will be doing some readings for you guys.
Because the notes you passed me under the table.
That's right. That's why we look down sometimes. No. So make sure to put your comments in questions in the comments. Hi guys, I'm fully awake. So make sure to leave us the questions, and we'll be getting to that here in a little bit. So yeah, those, and we really want to be able to help people. If you have some like real questions that you're wanting to ask and you've not, I don't know, don't ask. I told you I needed
Don't send
coffee.
any fake questions.
No
okay,
fake
just real questions.
No fake questions. Sorry, told you I needed
Fake
coffee.
names are okay.
There you go. Just leave them in there so we can get to them and give you a little insight, especially if you've been too nervous to do this before. So we're here. We want to help you guys out. Before we get to some of the questions, we'll tell you guys some cool things that are going on here at the store. So this weekend is the last weekend that we will be having the Mitchell Hedges Crystal Skull here at Vision Quest. Bill Holman and Carol Davis will be bringing in the skull, and they will be giving a lecture, and then after that, you will be able to, I actually don't know, we have some private readings. I don't know if there's any spots available, but please give us a call at 480-949-1888 and find out if there are any spots available to do the private session with the crystal skull. It is very cool, very different, and can really teach you a lot. The skull is crazy. It's so cool to see. Yeah. We got to see it last week, obviously, because we had Bill here with us. And it is a magnificent piece. It truly is. The energy it gives off, it's the skull of love, I believe. I should remember. He was here talking about it. And it's just fascinating to see it and see this beautiful piece of art and crystal and the energy it gives off. So yeah, if you guys have that availability this weekend, it's on Saturday from 10:15 to 11:45 a.m. They'll be here doing that lecture, so call in and try to get a spot into the class as well. And if you sign up before Saturday, it's only $20. If you sign up on Saturday, it is $25. So if you sign up sooner rather than later, you save a few bucks.
Fantastic.
So yeah, and for anyone who doesn't know, you can, for the information you'll be getting from Constantina tonight, if you enjoy it, you can always come in and see her.
Thank you.
I have no clue what your days are anymore.
Neither do I at this point. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Cool. And she's here from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. those days. So you can come in and see her at 3114 East Indian School Road. We're over in Phoenix. Or if you can't make it in or want to just set a specific time to see her, you can call us again at 480-949-1888. Hi, there are a lot of people coming through. I will be able to read some questions here in a minute. The thing I read on my phone is currently in the middle of something right now. So we will be able to get to the questions here in a minute or two.
You have to do Etsy and eBay later. Okay?
Right? There we go. Now we can get to some questions. Oh my God, yeah. When you have people behind the camera helping you, sometimes they just kind of forget these things.
Especially if they work for free.
Right, then who knows what could happen. We're making fun of him. It's my husband back there.
We want to mention?
Yes, we also, as I scroll through and get us some questions. So these are just some of the things we have here at the store. We have beautiful orgonite, just beautiful orgonite in general. But these are the beautiful pyramids we have. Some fun crystal skulls, especially with the Mitchell Hedges crystal skull coming in. And then
You know, if you bring your skull, you program it to the master skull. So those of you that want to activate your skulls, you really should come and make an appointment and get it done.
you really should. I really don't know how many appointments are left. It did book up very, very quickly.
And who knows, if it's a good reception, we might have him again,
Yes,
correct?
we are definitely going to want to try to get him back as soon as we can. It's a joy to have them here. They're amazing people, and the skull is just fantastic. And one of the other amazing things we have here is we have sacred geometry patterns, and Michaela does them here. Excuse me, getting over something, so I still have a bit of a cough. She channels with her guides and different people for who she is making the pattern for. So this one is the galactic, I can speak, family. So she definitely channeled in a bunch of different people and created this pattern. I don't know how well you can see it because it is pretty bright. It's in a, let's see, I'm going to get yelled at for doing this. No, I'm kidding. Let's see if that helps. It doesn't really help. It's a very light pattern. But the work that she does is fantastic. And she is here if you want to speak with her and get to know more about the patterns and how she works and makes them and stuff like that. She's here Monday, Sunday, Monday, Thursday, Friday. She's here those 4 days from, I believe, about 10:30 to about 4-ish. I'm not 100% sure on the hours. But her patterns are here every day. You can always come in and get them. We have them in this size, matted, framed, all sorts of things. So those are something amazing that I think we're the only ones in the valley that have them.
Here.
Yeah, so we're the only ones down here in the valley that actually have her artwork for you to come in and see and experience.
And I call them accelerators and activators.
They really are.
So this is what we're upon, is getting tuned up.
Yes, time to. It is time for new beginnings. We just had the spring equinox, so for fellow people out there,
And your
happy
mom
spring.
does the crystal, not crystal, the gong.
Oh,
the
yes.
gong.
My
Talk
mother-
about tuning up. Right?
Yes, we'll have that actually this weekend as well. That's going to be on Sunday. I should know the time of that one. I really should. It's in the afternoon. I know it is in the afternoon. But it is this Sunday, and that one I'm pretty sure we still have some spots for as well. So if you want a nice, great way to bring in the spring equinox and the new beginning, it's time for rebirth, then come on in this weekend, definitely. It is the time to come, and we'll get it all started with finding out a little bit of information to see what's in store for you guys. So our first question tonight is from Floor, and she says, I am currently dating and would like to be in a relationship and settle down. Will it happen for me this year?
Okay, I saw that you will find a significant one and only love. Let's see if, and I'm going to say yes. You're going to find him this year. Might be more towards the end of the year. They're going to say to you right now that you probably will not find, if you're using a dating site, that's probably not how you're going to find that person. But that person will find you, and you will know it.
There you go. To continue on the theme of love in here and relationship, we have Myra. I'm going to say it right now. I'm really sorry if I mispronounce anybody's name. I'm not great with names, as most people are when just reading them. So I am really sorry. I apologize in advance. We have Myra saying, can you help me out? I've been feeling like something will change and someone is coming into my life.
There he is. He's coming. And the change will be significant in a very good way. Very good way. Probably you two will, well, yours is probably coming sooner than later than the previous person that asked. I'm going to say by sometime during May, towards the end of May.
Cool. We have Susie. Hi, Susie. And she says, should I continue to go to school for my career choice? Do you see me in a classroom as my career?
Can you interpret that question for me, please?
One, should she continue going to school for her career? And is that career her being in a classroom? So, like, I'm guessing as maybe a teacher or
Okay.
TA. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what all the.
I sometimes
Okay,
need
cool.
translation. I'm supposed to be the translator or the interpreter,
I'm
messenger.
the translator
But
from them to
you know,
you.
I fail at that sometimes. Yes, I'm going to say yes to both questions. I you know, you can't really answer me back, or maybe you can, but you're good with communication, and you are really an excellent teacher because you uplift and support people in their learning process. And I actually see that you would be very good with helping adults. Adults that, that's interesting, that are challenged by literacy. So keep up the good work. You're needed.
Very cool. We have Paula saying, "What is next for me in my spiritual path?"
Well, you too, I feel, are going to be part of a group that comes together to talk about and teach spiritual values, spiritual truths, and a spiritual way of living. So keep it up. It's in formation. It's coming together. And probably within the next 5 years, you'll be part of a center. Now, that might seem far away, but actually time flies when you're having a difficult time. Sorry, I'm referencing myself. You by the time you pull in all the people that you will be pulling together to do this retreat or this project or this sanctuary, you have a lot of work to do before that happens. And enjoy it, and enjoy the good time.
Very cool. My phone just completely flipped out on me, so I was like, get back to what I needed. So this is a fun one. Stephanie says, "Wow, wish I could do this." Stephanie, we do teach classes here throughout the whole month, and a lot of the classes we have are on learning to develop your psychic abilities. So we do have things like that for you. You can always check back, and I do post the classes here on Facebook. I am the person behind our social media. Most of the time I do have Nicole, who was here with me a couple weeks ago, who helps me with a lot of the photos. So we do post them on here, and if you have any questions about any classes we might teach that could help you with that, please send me a message and I will get you that information as well. And I'm still trying to, if it's specifically playing cards you want to learn how to work with, I'm still trying to wrangle this one into teaching another one because she has taught that before, and it would just be fun to have it back.
Wouldn't it?
So yeah.
We'll meet at the bar and we'll have a great time.
There we go. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there for you guys. We do have a whole host of a bunch of different classes that go on throughout the whole month, and my hair is being thrown in my face. And so definitely look out for those and check back and see if there's anything that interests you, and if you have any ideas or things you would like us to teach, please let us know, because then we can go to the owner and be like, "Hey, I promise you, people want this," and we'll get it out there for you guys.
That's correct.
Okay, we have Jill saying, "Ladies, can you tell me, do you see any career path lined up for me or my love life changing?"
Well, those are actually two questions.
Yes.
So the first one is about the career changing.
Yeah. Career path lined up.
Well, what I'm going to say is that you need to, your love life is going to change very, very soon, in a good way. Your career is I don't want to say stuck, but you need to go through this period of time right now. So learn whatever you can from it, and rest assured that when it's time for you to really set sail on your own, for your own purposes, to fulfill your own destiny path and succeed at it, and be lucrative at it, that will come, but it's not gonna happen right now.
Okay. Okay, we have Stephanie asking, do you see any life changes for me and my children this year?
Well, if you have kids in diapers, I'm sure they'll be out of them. I'm sorry. And the adults will be going into them. So you know, change is the one consistent thing that we have in our lives. And what was the question? I lost myself here.
Do you see any life changes for me and my children this year?
Okay. The man that you just got out of your life was a good thing. And your kids will be fine. And if you haven't gotten that man out of your life, maybe you are going to.
If you didn't know it.
Oh, did I reveal so? I hope he's not watching with you, okay?
Loud.
I'm so sorry. And you will find a significant person that comes in and is an addition to your party, as they call it, with you and your kids. You have a good time. You have a very loving family, and that's the way you want to keep it. And when you stay in a joyful mood, as you really are, you will attract to you all the goodnesses. Whenever anyone's around you with negativity, it is no bueno, as they say. So keep that outside the front door.
There you go. Doesn't need to be brought into your home.
Not at all. Not at all.
Excuse me.
You've got a great connection with your kids.
There you go. So we have Miracle saying, will I find my purpose soon? Am I on the right path? So is this the right place? I feel a change is coming. I am working on my spirituality, but I need guidance.
The most profound, see, one thing as we are in the ascension process, which is to me full activation. It's not like you go up on the ceiling, but we have to stop the self-doubt. We have to stop self-loathing, and we have to stop the questioning of ourselves. Especially women, they get awfully trapped into trying to figure out what's the right thing, rather than what is it that I'm here to do and what's the right thing for me and what do I feel good about. That's why these activations are so important. And there's a multiple ways to have activations. We have to key up our frequencies. You can do it through music, you can do it through color, you can do it through meditation. Children are probably one of the best ways to elevate and activate your frequency up. If you've ever noticed that once those children leave the house, at least for women, things just kind of
shift,
tumble if you're not careful of that. So use those children wisely, because they really are a gift from heaven.
They are.
They are divine. You may not think so when they've got a doo-doo in their diaper, but that's divine too. It's divine doo-doo.
I'm sorry, I have children. She has children and a grandson. So the kid jokes, we play with them. I'm sorry for the randomness of that one.
Yes.
But yeah, so the shift is good. You just got to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Got to push through it. We have Jocelyn saying, will I get the house I applied for?
Yes. There you go.
Well then.
There you go. It might... it's going to be well worth the investment in the long run. Congratulations.
Yay. Okay, we have Joanne asking, will things get better?
Okay, I want you to show the tattoo.
Oh, I don't know if
I
they'll
want
be
you
able
to read
see
the
it.
tattoo.
I don't know if you guys can read it.
Read it.
I have a tattoo on my wrist that says, "Today is the best day ever." And it kind of started as a thing with my mom and a couple of friends of ours in this just kind of, and Evar is misspelled because I was 13 and couldn't get a tattoo, so I had to be involved. But it's just that reminder that find something to make every day the best day. I mean, I just mentioned I have kids, so for me it's, going home and seeing one of my 2 kids smile, or just my 3-year-old running up to me and yelling "mommy." It's whatever little thing that it is for you that makes that day the best day.
Yes.
Hold on to that. Everything else, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You can really, you have to remember to hold on to those things to be able to move forward sometimes.
You had programming by a strong mother figure. If it wasn't in fact your mother, it may have been a grandmother or someone else that conditioned you to stay under your success, if you understand what I mean by that. So understand that you are reaching your pinnacle, and that's where you were meant to be. That's where you're going to go. But if you keep playing that record that keeps bringing you down or stalling you, so just break it, and that's how quick it can be. I didn't realize, but at the end of the end, sometimes I do a little Heyoka thing by talking backwards to myself, but that's okay. It's dyslexia, kind of, but spiritual dyslexia.
I was about to say.
But,
I was going to say psychic, but whatever.
So at the beginning of this week, I jotted down in my notebook, because I get messages from the Council of Archangel Michael, and they said, remember that everything you are experiencing, you brought upon yourself. You have full choice of how you perceive this and how you go forward. And that was a very wonderful warning to have, because this week I did have a challenge, and in relationship with someone, and I realized that it's not about them, it's about what I've put into motion. And I may not, we set ripples, and as small as those ripples are, they will build. Even if it's just a small oversight, and I'm not talking about being perfectionist, is understand that even if we look at somebody sideways, like I can with my Greek evil eye, I have set something in motion. The only way to not do that is to absolutely not move, talk, or blink your eyes. So those seats that go into the cobra cages and live there for a couple of months, do you realize how quiet they have to be? That is full control of everything around you. I used to, as a young person, love swimming, and I would practice getting into the pool without making one wave, one ripple. That's discipline. We need self-discipline in order to manifest exactly what we want, instead of having to run around trying to correct things that we already set in motion. So we first focus. The Maharishi used to say, for every hour you work, you need to meditate an hour. So if you work an 8-hour day, you really are required to meditate 8 hours. What he was trying to say is, you can be more effective if you would give yourself some time to meditate and focus before you just run around like a chicken without your head. And we imagine how relaxed and stress-free we would all be if we were to take that time. See, that's the thing about kids. What do? Young kids, they stay focused, and then they move on to something else, and they're done, right? And then they come back, and they do something else. They're not listening. They don't care if you say, no, we don't have time for that. We got to go out the door. I need you to sit in that chair.
They really don't.
Right? They're busy. They're actually very busy, and it's not about disregarding what you've asked them to do. They are listening so intently to what they are being guided to do.
They are, and it's crazy to watch, and you know, it is fun to learn to dedicate the time to things that you want to do. And I mean,
right.
It's as silly as like my kid playing with her crayons, but the same kind of idea for me. If it's something I want to do, I should dedicate the time to do it. And if the time is up, then I can move on to the next thing. I don't have to rush through everything.
That's right.
Again, all the kid talk. I'm sorry. Mom, I got two very young ones. Very, like 3 and 7 months young. So we bring them up in conversation a lot. We have Jean saying, what do you see for me this year concerning employment and finances?
Well, again, whatever plans you have made in your mind, whatever dreams and desires you've had, you've actually already put them in motion. And you have done a beautiful job. And you will feel complete and fulfilled this year. What they're telling me is you're going to have friends that say, or I don't know if they're friends, but people that have known you a long time, and they're going to want to rock that boat of serenity. Don't let them. You can close the door. I don't mean get rid of them, although that's closing the trunk and driving away to the landfill, right? But you can energetically cut it off.
Right, yeah, it definitely can.
No laughing in the background, please. I wasn't talking about the kids either.
Sure, you
They've
were.
got their crawl space to get out of those trucks nowadays.
Doesn't matter. My kid can find a hole this big and crawl out of it
Just like
somehow.
a cat, right?
It is weird. Yeah. Okay, we have Deborah saying, what kind of changes are in my future?
Well, you're going to find beautiful romance. Beautiful, significant romance, love. And that is the beautiful thing.
It is.
And how many times can I repeat the word beautiful?
I mean, I can like start counting
Yeah.
if we need me to, but we have Brandon saying, I am looking to change jobs or careers, but have no idea when I should make that change. I have an idea what I want to do, but any idea as to when?
Here again, it's going to happen, and it's going to go beyond your dreams. Not really. Everything goes the way we dream it. So life is a dream. Wasn't that Will Shakespeare? So understand that it's your own doubt and fears that keep anything away from you. Haven't you ever wondered how some people just seem to go and, oh, they've got this great relationship and they got this great job and they go and do this and it seems so easy, and you're sitting there going, I don't understand why, maybe it's karma that I'm suffering, right?
Right.
Right? And the truth is, it's your own limitation in your thought. Again, this is getting your own guidance clearly from your divine source, which is actually you. Oh, you like that lecture? Good. So as soon as you decide you deserve it, you will do it.
There you go. So it's not
Spoken like a true mother, right?
definitely. We have Adrian, sorry. Again, reading them. It's hard. I've been in a committed relationship for the last 2 years. Any wedding bells or children in our future?
Well, he's got to put a ring on it first.
Well, that's where the wedding bells come in.
Yeah, well, yes. But the ring, he's got to put his money on your finger. Now, I don't know who of your relatives is talking like that, but first things first is what I'm hearing. And you haven't got a commitment from that person yet. That doesn't mean they don't love you, but come on now. You know what you need, you know what you want, so ask for it. See, we can't manipulate anymore. truth is it has no manipulation in it. It just is. And sometimes people say no. Not saying that's your person, but when we are free agents, when we are in free will, we have to allow other people to have free will, whether we like it or not.
We can only control what we do, not the people around us. And it sucks.
Well, of course it does, because I know everything. I don't know about you. I don't know why people don't listen to me more.
I don't know. I mean, I know why people don't listen.
Because I'm undervalued, right?
Right.
Underestimated.
I don't know why. Yeah, underestimated. That's what I'm not going to say the whole thing because I was about to and went, no, don't do that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we have Tessie saying, am I going to be okay? Are doctors going to figure out what's wrong and fix it?
Okay, again, you know, I used to play sports. Believe it or not, as short as I am, I played volleyball. And I discovered something because no one would play with me, so I practiced a lot on my own because I loved it. And I found that if I could see it, the serve completed without a glitch, that's exactly what would happen. You have to see it and believe it. You already have your master plan. Stop doubting. Fear is the danger. Doubt is fear. Have courage. Only people who have courage succeed at what they're doing. And courage is birthed out of fear. People who are heroes do something that they may be afraid of, but they do it because they love and they're committed to what they stand for. So start committing, all of you, to your own selves first and what you want.
Just so people know, I am trying to scroll through and I'm seeing a lot of the can I just have a card? That is sometimes really difficult for us to do, like can I just have a card? Because especially if the readers haven't read with you guys before, they can just be open to any information about you. So if you don't really have somewhere specific or any specific questions you guys are kind of looking for, you could just get information you already know. And so we want to be able to help you guys. So if you have any specific questions, please send those in so that we can really help you guys with something you might really be looking into instead of opening up for the chance that, oh, but I already know that. Thanks anyways. So yeah, just so, because I am seeing a lot of that and we want to be able to really help you guys if you have some serious questions going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you do mediumship? Okay, you do mediumship. Awesome. That leads me to my next question then. We have Stephanie saying, can you hear from spiritual beings? That's why I was like, I mean, I know you can hear your guides and the angels and stuff, but wanted to check. If so, what is mine saying? I lost my mother 14 years ago and no one has been able to tell me. So, for Stephanie.
When you say no one has been able to tell you, are you saying they haven't brought forward messages to you from your mother? I'm going to assume that that's, unless, do you interpret it differently? The question?
That's kind of what I was getting from it.
So again, now how many times can this card, you're talking about a single card? This card keeps coming up. Stop doubting yourselves. When you move the interference, the blockage, which doubt and fear is, then you can hear, you can feel your mom, you can hear the messages. And this is not to make you feel guilty or you didn't do something right. Sometimes we may ask, we want to hear from a beloved that's on the other side, but we also block that beloved from contacting us because we don't want to experience the pain that communication might cause. So sometimes we have opposite agendas, if you will, going on in ourselves. And the default setting is where we'll always go to. It's hard to change initially, but when we start changing what our expectations are, then we start receiving. So I would like you to say, I think the reason that you haven't been delivered the messages is you're supposed to contact her yourself and believe yourself. And this is going to establish, because you have a lot of gifts. And the way we have to have courage when we have these kind of gifts. Because sometimes we see things that are not pleasant. And we can't necessarily select what that reality truth is out there. And that's why we must look at things without judgment and just pass the message. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And she's not gone. She's right with you. She's right there with you saying, please, you've got lots of gifts. Please use them to help not only yourself, but a lot of other people.
Yeah, and a lot of times when I've seen that happen where people, like, I always tell people when they come in for mediumship, just so you guys know how we kind of go about it here at the store with our readers, is it's not always a matter of the reader connecting to the other side. Sometimes it can be a matter of the person you're wanting to reach just doesn't have something to say at that moment, or they only have a message for your ears. It's not a matter of going through someone else. So whether, I don't really do mediumship, but if someone comes to me and it's like, that person could just say,
I'm extra large, actually.
But they can say, sometimes it's only meant for you. That's so right. That could possibly be more so why the message other people weren't telling you what your mom was saying was because it wasn't for them to say. It's something that's much more between you and your mom. Just a little side note there. Worked here for a while. I pick up on things, sorry.
She's pretending that she's not psychic, okay? We'll, wink, wink, we'll just go with that.
We'll go with that. I never said I wasn't psychic. I said I wasn't a medium.
Okay. Yeah. Let's rewind to a couple of other shows, okay?
There we go.
Just like Trump, it's all on tape. Oh, shoot, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, guys. This is what lack of caffeine and
sleep
and a long day's work does to you. Okay, we have Suzanne saying, my daughter is moving to North Carolina and wondering if she will accomplish what she is looking to accomplish.
I feel she has a lot of guidance around her. I think from the paternal side of her family. She is prone to letting relationships with people, specifically men that don't deserve her attention, to sidetrack her. So if she can be really honest with herself and decide that what she wants to accomplish is the road to finding the right relationship, not the other way around, then she will accomplish what it is she is set out to do. Hello?
Yeah,
Are
sorry.
you awake?
I am. I'm scrolling.
Oh, you were telepathy.
Yes.
Is that even a word?
Sorry, this is what happens when you have to scroll through with a box this big on Facebook. We have I can speak. Janice saying, I can feel some changes coming but can't get clarity on what they are for me. Can you see what might be coming up?
Well, number one, you're going to get healthier and in all aspects, but particularly in how you feel about yourself, which is going to have the ripple effect of in terms of relationships. That includes friends, romantic, whatever, including family. And the healthier you feel within yourself, the less tolerant you will be of anyone that dismisses you or criticizes you or devalues you. And that's where you want to be. That's the clarity you want to be in. Again, we're talking about activating your connection to your divine center that has already created every experience that you're going to be going through that is positive. Karma is an idea that we have accepted that we have to learn by coming back and doing the same old thing over and over again. That is hell. That's a hell consciousness. And when we go to an ascended, activated consciousness, there is no need for soul evolution through life and death and life and death. Does that make sense? So you're right on the money. You're going to the pinnacle, and it will clear your path in regards to anything else you will do in this life.
And just so people know, I am really sorry if we don't get to everyone's questions. We won't be able to get to everyone's questions, unfortunately.
Why, there's only 5 people left.
Sure, honey, 5 people. But we will get to as many as we can. I will be scrolling through to get to some of the people that are joining us now as well, to make sure that everyone gets as fair of a chance to ask a question if they have something they're really looking to ask about.
March is the time of change. Now, if you noticed how many questions are asking about change, this is the time of change.
Yeah. So our next one is from Angela saying, will my crafting be recognized and rewarded?
Well, your craftiness will. Sorry. Oh, you can fire me right now. Go ahead, April. Get rid of me now.
No, don't leave. You can't leave me.
Again, guess which card? I have about 10 of these in this deck. No, I'm just teasing. This really is the only card that I have.
It's just a 52 card deck, I promise.
But you see, again, we must take responsibility for everything we experience. So commit to your craft and do it. And trust in the fact that, of course, it will be received well and rewarded. Because why? You're valuable and you love what you do.
There you go. Sorry, I had to move around a bit. My leg fell asleep.
You are a person, though, that requires confidence or support from a group. So, but pick the group, right? Pick the group.
Yeah.
That's actually going to do that.
Yeah, you have the choice.
I should tell people, just go ahead and lie to me. Tell me how wonderful I am. Please, just go ahead. But you know what? That is the better way to go. Right? Because when people are negative towards us, really it's a reflection of how they feel about themselves.
That is true. That is very true.
And so why would we take on their thoughts and their perspective when it does not make us feel good? Right?
Yeah.
We know inside ourselves that is not, children know, right? They always know.
They do. They really do.
Okay.
We have Beth asking, when will I move back to Arizona?
When they release you from prison. I'm so sorry, that's so bad. Oh, shoot. Oh, God, I gotta stop it.
Sorry. She even got the camera guy laughing now. Oh, man.
Right now, you've got everything pretty well pulled together to do it. You lack some finances to do it. Set your focus on that, see it as coming to you, see it as being there where you're going, and it will materialize that way.
Yeah. Set the goal.
Set the goal.
So this is an interesting one. And this is kind of why I do skip through a little bit, because some of the questions are so similar. But, so Eunice is saying, can your reading for the individual be used as group mirror for the rest of us if we are asking the same question? I would say yes and no.
Yeah.
Depending on the question. Only because if there is general information within an answer and it speaks true to you, then yes, listen to it as well. If your own intuition goes, you know what, that sounds a little bit too true, even if all the people are different, then yes, look into that and see if there is something similar that can resonate with you. At the same time, there can be such minor little things about the answer that can shift it enough that it really can just be a personal thing for one person. But again, I'm not the one doing the reading, so.
Oh, please.
But
well, you know what I like in it too, what my guys are saying, you know, how people will go to the internet and they've got an illness or problem going on with themselves, and they start researching, and all of a sudden they've got everything medically wrong with them. You know, they take everything on. So there is a discernment, is what I think you're talking
Yes.
about. My divine self will hit me over the head several times with certain messages that are the same from, you know, if I go to the market, I'll hear the same message. If I'm at home or on the TV, I will get that message several times. But the truth is, I don't necessarily want everything that's in somebody else's shopping cart, right? So we have to discern what belongs to us, what's appropriate to us, versus other people's stuff, and block it. We take on, most of us are taking on too much. We think we've got everything going on. I get people coming in readings, particularly women. I'm sorry to pick on the women. See, the men don't think they've got anything to learn or anything to change, which is kudos to them. That's why they are successful, because they don't second guess themselves. Period. That's what we learn from men. Women are so busy going, am I doing the right thing? You know, is that going to hurt so-and-so's feelings? Blah, blah, blah. You know, and you, what are you doing? You're doing nothing except thinking about what you should be doing that you're not doing. That's why most of you people are constipated. Don't know, because you don't go to the bathroom when you need to. I'm sorry. Where did that come from? Oh my God!
Absolutely.
So I must have been channeling
clue.
somebody's. Somebody.
Yeah, that one I have no clue. That most of the time I can get from a record it's coming from. Not that time, but yeah. So I would just say it. You know, like you were saying, don't pick.
No, seriously,
all of
the
it.
American public is a constipated public. Seriously, because they keep blocking themselves.
I love you.
I love you too. Where's the toilet paper? Here's the tissue for your issue, right? Okay, come on. Let's wind this thing.
Yeah, no, I have to read. I have to speak now. Oh, man. So we have Sabrina saying, I continue to injure my left leg in different ways. I can't help but to feel like there's a reason behind it. Do you see a meaning to my injuries?
Which leg?
Left.
Left leg. I feel you judge yourself. And you judge that part of you that wants to take care of you, wants to make sure that you are making right choices, making your right footsteps for you. It's almost like you are leaving that leg behind, trying to push ahead with the right, with the male side, right? And in order to do something you feel that you're supposed to do, but it's not something you want to do. It's almost like you leave one leg, outside the door. So be centered. Be centered. When they talk about God's will versus your will, the truth is they're one and the same. They're supposed to be lined up. You don't go from here to here, the pinball, it doesn't work that way. If any of you shoot guns, which I know most spiritual people wouldn't admit to that, but target practice is actually very good. Good therapy, particularly. You have to have, the barrel has to be lined up with the sight. And then you got to line it up with your target. There's no mystery to it, right? No mystery. If you want to hit the bullseye, you've got to aim and size it up. I don't know what that had to do with anything. Okay.
We have Susie saying, do you see me moving out on my own soon?
Yes, I do. But you want to pick the time, the where, the when, and with whom. Don't just go because you think I'm just got to get out the door and go.
There you go. Let's see.
And don't pay anybody else's bills.
There you go.
If you get a roommate, they got to pay. It's not a boarding facility or a convalescent home. There aren't people that are mentally convalescing the rest of their lives, right?
Uh-huh.
It's out to lunch. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So is their bank account.
Yeah. We do only have a little bit of time left for tonight, so we do have time for a few more questions. Jasmine is saying, can you tell me if my health is good? Just haven't felt myself.
Then who are you feeling?
Bob. No.
Your health is good. You're actually just going through, when we've been out of sorts and not ourselves, so to speak, or we get used to those conditions and we forget what it feels like to be fully healthy and activated. You're going through the ascension process and you're adjusting to the new changes within yourself. So congratulations for that, and rest.
There you go. We have BB saying, can I please have a reading? I'm painfully concerned about my brother's well-being.
Well, I'm going to give you a story on that one. I had a daughter that was really, really struggling and was out in the cold, so to speak. And I found I would worry about her and I would try to do anything I could to change the circumstances for her and all of that. And one day my guide said, you are contributing to the problem by worrying about her. Why don't you visualize exactly what it is you want for her? Good health, happiness, being around good people, whatever that might be. And you say you're a spiritual person. This is how my guides talk to me. They dress me down all the time. And they remind me that if you're a spiritual person, then you can only look at her situation through spiritual eyes and know that good always trumps evil, period. So visualize your brother exactly how you remember him to be when he was a kid, and he is coming back. He will learn his lesson, and when he comes back, and it is a lesson he's learning, because he has a self-defeating character, a self-sabotaging characteristic in him, and until he stops that, then he finds the treasure that's actually within him. He's his worst obstacle. When he moves out of his way, then he becomes the brilliant being that you've always loved and respected in your brother.
There you go. We have Suzanne saying, I was wondering if I should stay doing real estate here in Arizona, as I feel I have missed the bigger life purpose mission, so to speak.
Must I? Must I? Really? You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Stop compromising. Stop compromising. Because when we compromise, we get nothing. There's an old Aesop's fable. Oh my God, now I'm really showing. I've got gray hair. And it was about a crow that was up in a tree, and there were two foxes fighting over some bread. And they were saying, well, you know, the crow says, hey, you know what? Why don't you share that? And they're going, no, I want. No. He says, no, let's resolve that. Everybody gets a piece. So they said, oh, okay. And they gave him the bread, and of course he split it. And then he says, oh, wait a minute, one side's bigger than the other. Here, let me even it up. Uh-oh, other side is bigger than the other. So, well, you know, he ate all of it. So when you go through this ridiculousness of am I in the right place? Am I doing? Stop. You're a blessing where you are. You're on a sacred journey right now. Everything you do is for higher purposes. You haven't missed anything. This is not American Airlines. Sorry. Your luggage has not been lost. Everything you need, you have and always will have.
There you go. This is an interesting one to kind of end the night on. You stated Archangel Michael. Which other archangels can we seek for guidance that you work with?
Well, let's just say the archangels work with us. And we are under certain ones. If you're a healer, usually Archangel Raphael is the one that you're working with. If you're a writer, a messenger, therapist, and so on, counselor, Archangel Gabriel. But the big honcho, the one that protects us and guides us so that we can do those things, is Archangel Michael. And Archangel Michael was the first creation before all religions and all other creations, and was put here to protect us, guide us, and guard us so that we can express our gifts. So for that, I'm truly grateful. He has come in many times and saved my ass, and I'm grateful. They all work under Archangel Michael. He is the top.
There you go. Well, that is unfortunately all the time we have tonight. Can't keep her forever, and I want to go home and get some caffeine. So, thank you guys. Thank you everyone who has joined us tonight, whether you have been here from the moment we started or you are just joining us. Thank you. And we really hope you guys enjoyed everything that you heard. If if anything else resonated with you, we're really happy. We just want to be here to bring you guys love and light and help you with anything, you guys might have issues with. So if you enjoyed what you heard and you enjoyed getting a reading from Constantina, you can come in. What days do you work?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Really simple. Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can come in and see her at 3114 East Indian School Road. We're over in Phoenix. Or if you can't come in or you just need to call and set a specific time to see her, you can call us at 480-949-1888. And if you guys are looking for a really fun weekend to bring in the equinox and this great time of spring and new beginnings. Remember, we have the Mitchell Hedges Crystal Skull. Excuse me. A lot of talking. The Mitchell Hedges Crystal Skull with Bill Holman and Carol Davis here this Saturday from 10:15 to 11:45. So come on in for that, see it, be in its energy, be in the love, learn a lot more about it. It is a fascinating piece. And then also we do have a couple other classes, I believe, and we have the Gong meditation if you want to do that. And that's on Sunday. Look for all the classes here on the Facebook page, probably later tonight, and you can see what's going on. Thank you guys again.
Thank you.